By 1870, almost all of the native population in North America had been imprisoned in reservations, removed, or killed by disease and massacres. In an effort to reassert their power and preserve the culture of their people, tribal leaders began to create new cultural traditions. The most important of these was the ghost dance, which started as a ritual, but soon became a political movement and symbol of Native American resistance to the U.S. government. Contrary to what you might think, the ghost dance is not actually ghost dancing. The origins of the ghost dance can be traced to 1870, when Wodziwob, a Northern Paiute Indian on the Walker Lake Reservation in Nevada, had a vision of another world where Indians reached a new paradise by performing a series of rituals. People were instructed to perform round dances in order for the dead to come back to life and restore the buffalo, who were commonly hunted at the time. When these claims did not come true, practices of the ghost dance soon died down. Now, flash forward to 1889. A different man, Wovoka, who was a shaman or medicine man, had a vision during a solar eclipse on January 1st. He was taken to a spirit world where the earth swallowed up the white settlers and the land was reverted back to its original state. He was also shown that if people performed a series of round dances, this dream would become a reality. Wovoka soon came to be known as the Messiah and founded the spiritual movement known as the ghost dance. The ghost dance became very popular and widespread among the natives, all hoping to return to old ways. This was impressive because of the geographic and language barriers among the various tribes, lack of access to media or other technology for spreading the news, and the fact that Wovoka never left the Paiute land. The ghost dance spread as far as the Missouri River, the Canadian border, the Sierra Nevada, and northern Texas. The dance eventually spread to the Lakota reservations and sparked interest in Kicking Bear, a Minneconjou Sioux Indian. He made a pilgrimage to Nevada to learn from Wovoka and then visited Sitting Bull at Standing Rock, telling him of his visit. The Lakotas' approach to the dance was different, though, more militaristic. They created ghost shirts, which they believed were bulletproof and would protect them from danger. The Lakotas' white neighbors and reservation officials viewed the movement as a threat to U.S. Indian policy and believed the ghost dance ceremonies and ghost shirts indicated that the Lakotas intended to start war. The government called for the arrest of Sitting Bull and the Lakota chief Bigfoot. During the events that followed, now known as the Wounded Knee Massacre on December 29, 1890, 457 U.S. soldiers opened fire upon the natives, killing more than 200 of them, including Sitting Bull. Wounded Knee marked the definitive end of the Indian Wars. When the news spread, people lost trust in the ghost dance because the ghost shirts had not protected the people. It soon became obsolete. Wovoka quit teaching the public, but remained well respected among his followers and continued his religious activities.
Did anyone continue?
Well, while it is rare, there are still members of the movement today. After Wounded Knee, it still existed elsewhere in the plains and was revived a few times throughout the following years. Mainly, though, the native culture was blended into the culture of the white settlers. There can be similarities seen with the ghost dance and that of other cultural traditions such as the sun dance, where one of the main purposes is to assure the continued existence of the buffalo. The native people tried, and still try today, to preserve their culture as much as they can.
So why is this important?
Well, after Wounded Knee, the remaining Indian tribes were either subdued or forcibly assimilated into mainstream white U.S. society. They had been so determined at preserving their culture, and when it failed, they were forced to give in. The ghost dance represented resistance to U.S. Indian policy and American culture, and was a rallying point for preserving traditional Indian culture. It showed how religious or cultural ideas could lead to rebellion and massacre. It also demonstrated the power that the whites, or the Europeans, had over the people whose lands they overtook. White settlers were able to almost completely eliminate native culture, and they continued to throughout the years. Well, folks, that's all we have time for today about the
Ghost hand.
Hey,